and the thoughts and meditations of my heart. Find favor and acceptance before you, Hashem. And some people I thank have inspired me. I hope they can inspire you as well. Excuse me. I will have links below this video to the sites of Rabbi Shalom Arush, Rabbi Lazer Brody, Rabbi Yosef Mizrahi, Rabbi Eli Mansour, Rabbi Lon Anavar, Rabbi Yuval Ovadia, Rabbi Daniel Asser, Nisan Baruch Black, David Sachs, Rabbi Michael Skobak, Jews for Judaism, Rabbi David Ashir, Rabbi Ron Ruvain, and Rabbi Yosef Chesney. So if you've never checked out this channel before, I will have a link below to my first video, which explains what M.L.M for the soul means, what it stands for, and what I'm doing. So this is for the upcoming Parashat Ki Tisa, however we pronounce it, and also with a connection to Purim. And I mentioned Purim in the last video as well, but this is, I think, the one that is more connected to it. But anyway, this is called, or this is what I call it, it's called Sticking to Your Resolution No Matter What. Again, this is from Tiferes Yosef by Rabbi Yosef Chesney, if I didn't mention that. So at the turn of the last century, there were two immigrants who moved to the States. They had met each other on the boat, two Yidden with oversized yarmulkes, as well as flowing beards and payas. Payas are the locks that they wear, that they have, I should say, they don't wear. It's actually, I guess you could say that. At the dock, they parted ways. 3 decades later, they met once again. This time, one was totally assimilated into the American society with no sign of Jewishness, whereas the second still bore his oversized yarmulke as well as a now white flowing beard and payas. The assimilated one was surprised to see his friend still looking as if he had just arrived at the port. He said, "I'm happy to see you remain from means observant, but is it really necessary to wear such a large yarmulke? Also, can't you at least trim the beard and hide the payas?" His friend replied, "You are not the first person to ask me this question. The morning after I disembarked, I looked into the mirror and the Yetzer Hara, which is the evil inclination, asked me this same question. I was deliberating the suggestion when I decided that if I would give in, he would not stop there. Once I compromise a little, the line will gradually recede until there will be nothing left. I decided then and there that I will not bend one iota. I will remain exactly the way I was in the Alta Haim," I guess that's in the old place where he lived, I guess from where they came from. So the Pasuk relates the praise of Yehoshua. He did not leave the tent of Torah. Pasuk is the verse. When Moshe came down, Yehoshua mentioned that it sounded like there was a war going on. It is unbelievable. Despite being cut off from the news, he did not leave the tent. From where did he gather the strength to withstand such an ordeal? So we can ask a similar question on the Megillah. Mordechai was pressured to bow down to Haman daily. Despite the pressure, he remained strong. How does one persevere like this again and again? The answer can be found in the wording of the Pasuk, U'Mordechai lo yichra. It does not say he did not bow, rather it stated that he will not bow. He resolved that no matter what, he will not bow. Thus the Pasuk states this in future tense, not past. This same explanation applies to Yoshua. The Pasuk states, Lo Yimosh. Yoshua will not leave the tent. Not that he didn't. This signifies that it was an ironclad resolution to remain in the tent no matter what. A firm resolution was the key of their perseverance. Mordechai wasn't fighting a new battle every time Haman passed by. It was just a matter of sticking to his resolution. Yoshua was able to remain in the tent despite his wondering as to the whereabouts of his nation because he had already made an ironclad resolution. Making a resolution is not easy. It is easier to go with the flow, worry about it when the situation arises. Yet there is a power to resolutions. Without it, every time is a new battle. Whereas if someone finds the strength to resolve how he will act under such circumstances, the war is already won. It'll only be a matter of sticking to his resolve. So just my own thing. So yeah, so if you, it's hard of course, but if you keep getting stronger in that way, then it'll be easier over time, and you'll just have to keep going with it, and it won't be as difficult. So making a resolution means being in control of your life. It means being aware of nisyonos, which are challenges, having a clear picture of what is right and what is wrong, and setting your mind to follow the path you have chosen. In Shoshanat Yaakov, which is a song that we say, V'gam Charvona Zachor Latov, and also Charvona is remembered for good. Why does it mention him as a tag-along? Why does he not deserve independent praise as the others received? I would like to suggest the following explanation. This is Rabbi Chesney saying this. The Gemara relates that originally Charvona was part of Haman's team. Only once he saw Haman losing did he switch sides. So someone who has the strength of character to make strong decisions what path to follow and to stick to it deserves independent praise. Someone who is wishy-washy and happens to do what is right as a tag-along gets praised in the same fashion. When everyone else is praised, his name tags along with theirs. That is why it says, V'gam charvona zachur latov. So making an ironclad resolution is what helps us be omed b'nisyon, to stand up to the challenge. So Rav Chaim Mordechai Rubashkin relates that this is what happened to him through his difficult times. When he entered prison, he resolved that he will serve Hashem the same way he did at home. He would not compromise his standards. When he first entered prison, they gave him his prison clothes to don, and he was instructed to remove his civilian clothing. He said, "Just one thing I can't remove: my tzitzis, which are is a piece of clothing that comes over you. You know, it has a hole in the middle, and then it has strings hanging down, if you don't know what it is. And the yarmulke, that's the head covering." They told him, "Sorry, buddy, you will soon see that things are very different over here." He replied, "Not at all. Nothing is going to change. These are religious garments, and I have the right to wear them. If you remove them from me, I cannot and will not walk." The warden left the room to discuss the matter with his supervisor. He returned after a few minutes and says, "I have a deal. You can wear one of them, but you must give up the other one." Rubashkin replied, "I am not here to make deals. I refuse to remove either of them." They forcefully removed his yarmulke and tzitzis, and he refused to walk. Finally, a few strong men entered the room and shoved him into a wheelchair and threw him into his own cell. They declared him psychotic. The following day he was given a test and was found to be sane. Finally, he was granted permission to wear his precious yarmulke and tzitzis. And in parentheses it says, as he related, by the recent Tomchei Shabbos dinner in Lakewood, because he is a free man now. He has been for a while. So his resolve continued throughout his stay. He did not compromise. He did this in regard to Nagel Wasser, which is washing the hands, and he fought on Hanukkah to light an oral menorah, which is the candles, as well as for many other things. Throughout his stay, he stuck to his resolution not to compromise his standards. And I'm just wondering if he's going to write a book about his experience, because it would be very interesting to read how he was able to serve Hashem the way he did, and not compromise, and share his own insights and inspirations to how he overcome his struggles, because that would be really inspiring for us to hear and read. So continuing on, so Purim gives us the power to make a firm resolution. On Purim we have a kimuv, a kiblu, to accept and to do. The miracle had such a profound impact on us that we resolved to keep the Torah. Let us use this power of resolutions. Let us be in control of our lives. Let us decide on our own on our standards and make an ironclad resolution to stick to them. This will give us the power to remain strong throughout the most difficult ordeals, and I hope and pray we will all merit to live and see the coming of Mashiach speedily in our days and the rebuilding of our final and everlasting Beit HaMikdash. Amen. And